Hello, everyone. Ex Bethelite here. 937 I've got my Skype set up also. So that should be under Marcus Vaughn, and also have my phone number on there as well. So if you type in 937 I'm guessing it will take you to my Skype. I've just started messing with it. But when people think that Bethel takes care of you, we have to really figure out what it is that they mean. Because when I talk to people, everybody has a different perception of what was made available to you at Bethel, what you had, what it was like. And a lot of this is from hearsay. And so I really want to know, when you feel like Bethel takes care of you, what do you think that entails? You can comment down below. Let me know what you think. Okay, a Bethelite gets XYZ. This is what you have when you go to Bethel. Make a list of it and comment down below, and I can let you know my experience with regards to that. Because when I first went to my room, my roommate was already there. His belongings were there. Outside of what I brought with me, you walk in. To my right is a closet. You open that closet, there's dresser drawers, and then there is a rod where I can hang my suits and dress shirts and slacks. Outside of the closet, you have the very small living room area. There is a desk there. Outside of that, there is nothing else there that is put in place for me. Other than the closet, the dresser, a desk. The only thing I had was what I brought. So I've mentioned before that I did not bring a bed. That's one of those things you just assume would be there. There wasn't a bed. At that point, you then have an option. Okay, you're obviously not going to sleep in the bed with your roommate. I definitely wasn't going to do that. You have the option of getting a futon, which is something. See, these rooms are so small that people oftentimes, they want a futon. They want something that will turn into a couch, because a bed will take up the majority of the entire room. So they want something that they can turn from a bed into a couch. That way, if they have people over from their congregation, they have a place to sit, or, something to that effect. So I went and got a bedroll. Just a quick fix for that. The housekeeper came by. I met the housekeeper. I went into the bathroom, looked around. I asked, where are your towels? I was thinking I'll go grab some towels and get all that stuff ready. Oh, we don't have towels here. Okay, where do I get some washcloths? We don't, and she's looking at me like I'm crazy. We don't have washcloths here. Think about when you move. If any of you have ever moved from one place to another, oftentimes you get to your next apartment, house, what have you, and there are a couple things that you forgot. So you may run to Walmart, and go and grab a couple things. Washcloths. Oh, let me grab a towel. Let me get a case of soap. Those things aren't cheap. So for a Bethelite, very realistically, you were working part-time before you went to Bethel because you're pioneering. So I was pioneering. I was working part-time, and whatever money you have saved up, that is the money that you bring with you to Bethel. I would say 9 out of 10 people, if not everybody, run through that in a year. Why? Because you don't know that these things aren't provided for you. Oh, I get a dresser and I get a desk. Okay, so that means everything else I have to go and bring? Yes. Not only that, but you're talking about the upkeep of your vehicle as well. Razors, toothbrush, all of that stuff. All of it. So I was talking to someone and they weren't aware of the fact that oftentimes a Bethelite will give you your publications early. You'll get your publications before anyone else. You'll get your video releases before anyone else. You get your DVDs, all that, before anyone else. They can mail it to you. Generally, that's a barter system, though. The bartering system at Bethel is real. There is a reason why there is a bartering system. Is because outside of that bartering system, there are things that are not provided. This Bethel takes care of you concept, I don't fully understand because they give you the bare minimal. You get the bare minimal, from my understanding, in prison. Does prison take care of you? Is that the concept that we have? Oh, prison takes care of you. Why would you need anything there? You get the bare minimal at Bethel. You have your meals. I've already discussed the very realistic, very real situation where you're going to run out of food at times. That's just how it was. You're going to run out of food. You're going to get all the chicken out of the bowl. You sit the bowl down for the waiter to come, and he's going to come and say, that's all we have. And we all know that young guys doing manual labor can go through some food. If you were to set a pizza down at that table, how many boxes of pizza do you think a Bethelite could eat? Let's say you have 10 Bethelites at a table. How many boxes of pizza do you think all those young Bethelites could go through? Keep in mind, you're doing a lot of walking. You're walking from your residence to the morning worship. You're walking from morning worship to your assignment. You're walking from your assignment back. You're doing a lot of walking in addition to manual labor, in addition to waking up extra early before your assignment in order to go to morning worship. So just put in your mind an estimate. You're at a table. Let's say there's 8 people at that table. Young guys. 21, 19. Ready to eat. Lunchtime. So they've already worked half the day. How many boxes of pizza do you think that they would go through? So imagine the one box of pizza is brought to that table. It's passed around. Everybody gets a slice or maybe a few slices. You put the empty box down. The waiter comes in. That's not how they did with pizza, but this is an illustration. Everybody at the table is expecting a couple more boxes of pizza. It's the same with whatever dish they serve. It goes around. Everybody gets a serving, when that empty dish is sat down at that table, everybody at the table is expecting more. The concept that one dish, I don't care what it was, whether it was sausage and rice, someone mentioned sausage and rice as if that combination of food choice eliminates the fact that you need enough of it to feed people. I don't care if it was if they served ice cream on a certain occasion. You need enough food to feed people. It doesn't make it all okay because we had ice cream on a specific day or something to that effect. So yes, there were times where that dish went around once. You sat it down. The main entree was out. You, what are you gonna do? You're gonna, fill up the, dishes with just a vegetable, or what have you. That's not really taking care of people. And keep in mind also too, how often do you get a snack during the course of the day? Everybody doesn't snack, but some people do. Some people may get a snack before breakfast. Some people have breakfast and then somewhere in between breakfast and lunch, they'll get a snack. Or between lunch and dinner, they'll have a snack. There's nothing called snack at Bethel. You don't have breakfast and then snack and then lunch, or lunch and then snack and then dinner. You have breakfast, lunch, dinner, that's it. There's no snack. So if something were to happen, they run out of something at lunch, they run out of something at dinner, you're legitimately hungry until you get to your next meal. So the bartering system, that I've mentioned, where someone from produce processing will give us some juice or fruit or something to that effect, and they expect us to get them some chips or a can of peaches, or somebody needs some milk or something like that. I worked in a food warehouse. I saw this on a regular basis. We had watermelon come in whenever we were going to have watermelon on the menu. Some of those watermelon were used in a bartering system. It's technically stealing from Bethel in order to trade the things that you have stolen for other things that you need because you do not have money for them to go buy them yourself. That's the only reason people do it, and I'm not excusing it. I'm not excusing it. I'm saying that if Bethel took care of you, there would be no such thing as an internal bartering system where a Bethelite will give you a special tour, but kind of expect a little, have their hand out. They want a little something for that. A Bethelite can get you your publications and everything early. A Bethelite can get you some tickets to annual meeting. But you're supposed to. It's not like a spoken thing, but you're kind of supposed to know that you're supposed to hook them up with a little something. Rides are used for monetary gain. There are people that go to Bethel not knowing they need a car because they think Bethel, they think Brooklyn. If you are going to Wallkill, you will need a car. The people that didn't know that they needed one sold theirs or something to that effect. That's just on them. Rides are given for monetary gain. Everything is, you get this, but then you do this for me. Somebody needs me to glean for them. I would just do it because I wasn't of that mindset. that everything I do, it is in expectation of something in return. I wasn't like that. I would give people rides to the meetings without expecting something. If somebody had something to do during lunch, I mean, you legitimately have something that you need to do during lunch and you miss lunch, and they ask me to put them a little food in a piece of some Tupperware, I would do that for them, not expecting anything in return. But some of us were the exception to the rule. The majority expects something back. The overseer of the slaughterhouse, where all your meat come from, he used his position in order to obtain steaks to get favor from some other Bethelites. You would just hear them. You guys need any steaks there? Obviously, where are you getting them from? You're not going and buying them yourself. You're getting them from what Bethel gets through the donations and things like that, and using them to trade for other things. So this concept that Bethel takes care of you is completely false. It is completely and utterly false, and I can't think of very many ways in which you are taken care of. You have automobile issues, you're just in trouble to a certain degree. It's the real world. Let's just put it that way. Bethel is the real world. If you are rich or you're from a rich family, you got it better than everybody else. If you know people, you kind of use your position as overseer of the slaughterhouse to obtain sausage and steaks and things from your assignment where you work. You can use that to get good with other people, or if you're technically a thief and you steal things from the food warehouse, you can use the things that you have stolen to put yourself in favor with other people. You give those things out as gifts. One of the guys that came in with me, he was a little bit better off than a lot of us, but he still ran through his money. Why? He didn't have friends. The guy didn't have friends. This guy, which I kid you not, would get, when we would go to our territory, going to our hall, stop by the store, grab some Fruit Loops, grab some honeycombs, and he would bring those boxes down to the table. And I kid you not, there'd be 3-4 other Bethelites following him. On days where we didn't have to sit at our assigned table, there's 3-4 Bethelites following him. That's how he bought friends with things that they couldn't get otherwise. This is the reality. This is what it is. So if you think that you're going to send a bunch of 19-year-olds somewhere where they can't even get a can of pop and everything is going to be fine, people aren't using their reasoning ability at all with respects to Bethel. And that's the concept, is that if you don't, it's like any kind of muscle. Your brain is like any other muscle. If you don't use it, you lose it. So I think the reason why Bethel operates the way it does is because the majority of JWs in general don't use critical thinking at all. And because they don't use it, essentially you have the lights on, but nobody's home. So it just operates the way it operates, and people are walking around talking about it like it's heaven because they haven't been, and they just assume everything is fine, even if they have relatives that are there. They just keep repeating the same rhetoric. Because again, the lights are on, but nobody's home. Critical thinking is something they don't use at all. If you don't use it, like anything else, you lose it. People, you guys have been out of school. Some of you guys have been out of school for years. There's things that you learned in school that you have not used in a few years, and you start to lose it. You start to lose that ability. If I tied my arm up and didn't use it for a year, then untied it, there would be noticeable loss of ability in that arm. So with Jehovah's Witnesses, with everybody that does not use critical thinking at all, they are just completely clueless as to what goes on at Bethel. And you could show it to them, and they would still be standing there. You know, you have all this information online, but if you a friend of mine said if you're stupid, it doesn't matter what they put online, you're still not going to be able to figure it out. I don't think they're stupid. I just think that the ability to reason is something that they don't use. So the ability becomes diminished. So you guys let me know what you think, where this concept comes that Bethel takes care of you. Takes care of you how? Let me know that. Again, you can catch up with me on Skype. Ex Bethelite signing out.